Hello and welcome to my video blog for Sunday, July the 17th. You know, if you live in LA, you're probably suffering through Carmageddon. Don't you love the Godzilla sound effects? Yes, Carmageddon. This is where the city closing a portion of the 405 has pretty much resulted in residents being put on a punishment. Yes, a punishment where they are being asked to stay near their homes. And I just love how the city basically has very little faith in its residents. So little faith that they needed to do this whole big public broadcast and ask celebrities to help enforce this punishment not to drive and stay near their homes, as if the residents can't manage themselves if they wander too far without the interstate. It's crazy. You know, it's kind of like when your mom and dad put you on punishment and then it's not bad enough that you're being asked to stay in the house, but then they tell the neighbors. So then when you step outside the house, the neighbors are like, I know, Sassy, your mom put you on punishment. You need to get back inside. Hate when that happens. Sucks to be you, LA. Call me next week when you can come out of the house. Now, speaking of LA and traffic, you know, the royal newlyweds were in town last weekend. I just love them. Prince William and Duchess Kate, yes, they're in town. They were hobnobbing with the celebrities. They went to a polo match. They drank a little wine. They went to some fundraisers. They said hey to the troops and then they went home. All in 3 days. I love it. Those are the type of guests you want to come and visit you. Now, somebody else who we don't love these days is Casey Anthony. Oh my goodness. Now, she is the Florida woman who, after a very well-publicized trial, was found not guilty for killing her daughter. Casey Anthony, who was freed last night from jail. Casey Anthony, who will soon be writing a book, soon be on some talk show, soon be on Celebrity Rehab. Casey Anthony. Now, here's my 2 cents or 5 cents if you add up all the soon-to-be's. Casey Anthony, at least she had a court case. At least there was some type of judicial system servicing that happened. You know, there are still those folks from Wall Street who basically ripped off all of us, ripped off our 401ks and bankrupted this country, and they have yet to have a court case for most of them. I'm just saying, craziness. Now, something else or somebody else who's saying a lot these days is Sarah Palin. Oh, I love the Palin because she knows how to work the press. And what she's saying that she'll be talking later on in the summer, come late August, early September. Because that's the time when she's going to announce to everybody if she will or will not be running for president. Now, some people are kind of criticizing Sarah Palin and saying that the only reason why she's sort of playing with the idea of maybe she will and maybe she won't is because of Michelle Bachmann. Yeah, because Michelle Bachmann is basically climbing up in the polls and she's getting a lot of attention and she's becoming a bit of a front runner in the Republican Party. So, Michelle Bachmann, we should really look at this, Sarah, because the only reason why she's getting a lot of this attention is because she's being eaten up like shark chum. Yeah, the press is basically having a field day with Miss Bachmann. And a lot of it has to do with the practices of her family clinic. Now, her family clinic is called Bachmann and Associates. And they seem to practice this thing of reparative therapy. Yeah, that's the thing that's kind of gotten everyone's attention. Reparative therapy. This is where they take someone who is gay and try to convince them to be straight. Yeah, it's basically the same way you would convince someone who likes roast beef to like tuna. Yeah, and the same way you would convince someone who likes tuna to like roast beef. Now, if you like tuna and roast beef, then they suggest you join Weight Watchers. Yes, that's what they suggest. Now, their plan is a simple plan of meal options. But someone who is not encountering a very simple plan at all these days is the president. Yeah, the president is not having an easy go of settling this whole economic crisis situation. He's basically looking a lot like Tom Cruise in the Mission Impossible series. Now, who's he battling? Well, he seems to be battling those Republicans. He seems to be battling those Democrats. Yeah. Now, the Republicans are not so stupid. They're pretty much saying, look, we want a short-term fix for this economy because there's a little thing called a presidential election that's happening in 2012, and we want to review things again closer to that time. What are the Democrats saying? Well, the Democrats are saying, we don't like what the Republicans are doing. They're mad at the president for wanting to compromise. Yeah. They're kind of huffing and puffing themselves. And then what is the president doing? Well, the president is basically scrounging around and running around trying to figure out a way to not have this whole suitcase explode on him, because he knows that he's up against a mission that is almost impossible to solve. Oh, if he can only transform himself into Tom Cruise and jump off a building and hijack a plane or do something, you know, to solve this craziness and expose the bad guys. But he can't. He can't, because we elected a bunch of assholes. Oh, I said it, to Congress. Because none of them are working for us. Remember us, the people. They don't care about the people. Nobody cares about the people. It just makes me want to break out into song. I ain't got nobody. Nobody cares for me. Nobody cares for me. I ain't got no money. No money. Can somebody please save this economy? 'Cause I ain't so bad. Living on the streets. Oh yeah, all of the time. Ain't got health care. Ain't got a job. Come on, Democrats. Come on, Republicans. Can somebody please save this economy? 'Cause it is going to self-destruct come August the 2nd. I'll see you next time.